Hey everyone, it's Jessica with another layout from the Peartree Cutfiles design team. Today I am using the Adventure Bound cut file from a while back, and I am happy to say that I am staying on for Peartree for another term, which is super exciting. So I am starting by using the Little Adventure collection by Paper Rose Studio. So as you can see here, by this paper, I've already cut my cut file with this paper from the collection, and I've also cut it in one of the other papers that has like a wood grain design on it. And I am going to use this one to just cut some triangles from the top and bottom to use on my layout, and I'm just going to distress those edges. And once I do that, I think I would like some other triangles too to kind of counteract these ones. So I am actually going to use this piece as well from the other part of the cut file to make some additional triangles for this layout too. So I'm just kind of having a play with how I want them to lay on this layout, and I decide that I kind of want them to intersect with each other. So I'm just going to cut a strip out of this brown wood grain paper, and then I'm just going to kind of play around with it where I want it to go. And I do decide to put it at a different angle there, and then I'm going to distress the edges of this one as well. So the easiest way to get that piece in there and make it look like a triangle without messing around with it too much and having it go exactly where I want is just to place that paper down with my ATG gun, and then I'm just going to cut the excess off from the back side with my X-Acto knife and my cutting mat. So that's the easiest way that I found to do that part, just so that I don't have to measure out triangles and try to figure out the dimensions and all of that. So that was the easy way for me, and then I used another little scrap piece for the top. And I do forget to distress the edge of this, so I end up peeling it back up here in a second and re-distressing that edge just so that everything matches. I think it would have been fine if I didn't, but in my mind, I wanted everything to match, so here I am pulling that up just to distress that edge, and then I just stick it back down. It's fine. So that part is done. There's my cut file. You can see the two layers there. I'm going to put that aside for now and work on my background. So I love this stencil. Marie has one exactly like this, but this one is actually by the Crafters Workshop. I'm going to link Marie's down below because I would have used hers if I had it, but since I already had this one in my stash before I saw that one come out, I just use this instead of ordering Marie's, because then I don't have duplicates. They're pretty much the same. So I'll link Marie's down below for you so you can grab it from the shop, but this one's from the Crafters Workshop. So I'm just using various distress inks on this background. I'm using the green is Rustic Wilderness, the blue is Faded Jeans, and the orange is Wild Honey. I am just using my blending tools here to just blend some onto the background, and I'm not super particular about it, but I try to get the big area there so that I know it'll peek out from behind my photos in my cut file. And then I'm just going to back my cut file. I used my Cricut to cut the backing piece to make it super easy, so all I did was use the hide contour feature, and I cut it again. And then I'm just placing this down with some liquid adhesive by Creative Memories. And I'm just going to put my middle pieces in. I like to use the negative pieces from my letters to line up those middles. So as you can see there, and then I just pop out that negative piece again. You don't have to do it this way. You can just line it up and eyeball it because you have the middles of your letters cut out, but if you didn't, it's a good way to get those middles of your letters back in there. So here I'm just going to map my photos. Again, I'm using up those scrap pieces of paper that I've used for the other pieces of the layout, which works out great. And I'm just backing those photos with it. I do have a play around with some different patterns in the collection for this bottom one, but I did settle on just using the same one again, the stripey one. And I do like that. I love that paper. It's just so pretty, and I love the colors in it. And then I'm just going to place my photos down. All these stickers that you see here are actually from my friend Wendy. She sent me a big scrapbook, kind of miscellaneous kit that she put together from stuff she wasn't going to use, and I absolutely love every little thing that she sent. So all of those little pieces and stickers are from her, and I'm excited to get to use them on this page. So she sent me a lot of camping goodies because she knows that I like to camp, which is just perfect for all of my layouts. So I'm just going to stick down my photos, and then I'm going to go to work on all of these stickers. I'm going to add some sequins. I'm going to add some bits and pieces from Peartree. As you can see there, they're laying there. I'm going to add one of those flares from Scrap and Happy Studio. She makes epoxy flares, and then she makes these ones, which are canvas, so they don't have any glare, and they are just canvas, so they are kind of like softer, and they're just so pretty. I absolutely love them, and I love these little camping ones. They're just so adorable. I actually had a hard time choosing which one to use on this layout because I like them all so much. But the raccoon one is holding a s'more, like some marshmallows, and I really want to do a s'mores layout in the future, so I think I'll save him for that. But that's kind of my issue. Sometimes I save things to use on other layouts, and then I forget about it whenever I'm doing that layout, so it's kind of an issue for me. Here I am adding this super cute little campfire acrylic by Peartree. I love it. This is one of the things that I've been hoarding and waiting for the perfect layout. Finally, I am using it on this one. I'm trying not to hoard things too much because, like I mentioned, I sometimes forget that I've hoarded it for a certain layout. So I am using this one. And I'm just gluing this one down with some Nuvo glue. I find that seems to work best for me to make those acrylic pieces stick. Otherwise, sometimes I use glue dots as well, and those seem to work pretty good too. And here I'm just adding some wordy bits from another camping collection that I have, little bits left over from. So I'm just kind of pulling in different pieces from some Simple Stories lines. I think the other one might have been an Echo Park line. But yeah, just pulling in some miscellaneous from my stash here and using up a whole bunch of bits that Wendy sent me. So I love the little kids by the campfire. That's where my kids were. We were all hanging out by the campfire when we went camping last October. So it was just a perfect little piece to put there. And then I'm gonna pop some thread behind this little camper down here at the bottom. And I'm just using a couple glue dots to kind of reinforce that because it's not sticky anymore with the thread on it. So I'm putting some glue dots back on there just to help stick that down. And then I'm going to just embellish with some sequins and some of those bits that you see there by Peartree. So I'm just going to use my Nuvo glue for all of those, and I'm just going to glue all these little bits down. That's pretty much it for this layout. I will pop some music in here. I'll link everything below for you guys, and I will pop in at the end here with the finished layout. So here is the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and you'll be notified of any future videos that I post. And I will link everything below for you, and feel free to join the Peartree Cutfiles Facebook group for more inspiration, and stop back again. So thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.